Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for August 2026. Please be sure to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in August and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, sometimes your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from there, so you might want to check that out. This recording will be all 12 signs in one video. My son, who is an employee of mine, Daniel, he edits my videos, and he also has another job. His other job is extremely busy in July, August, and September. So I'm doing all the signs in one video because he will not have the time to do editing on all the other videos I record for Vimeo, Gumroad, and Patreon, and also the YouTube videos. So I have to condense this into one video. I know some of you were disappointed or unhappy about it, but you're getting 3 tarot cards and the crystal for each sign. If you want an expanded version, you can get my psychic crystal readings that are available on my Patreon shop, on Gumroad, and they may still be available on Vimeo. I'm not sure yet. There's going to be a date which might be August 21st where I can't upload anything new. So remember, Vimeo is closing as of completely, where you can't watch the videos anymore in November, on November 20th. You can still watch the videos until then. So any videos you've purchased, I recommend you download them and save them to your computer for future viewing if you purchase them on Vimeo. So you might want to migrate over to Patreon shop or to Gumroad. They are both free to join. If you want to be a tier 1 member on Patreon, you can, but you do not have to do that. You can create a free account on Patreon and purchase the other videos I record on that on my shop over there. So let's get started on your reading. And I'm starting, as always, with the sign of Aries. So the first card in your reading, Aries, for August of 2026 is the Hierophant. And this is God or a high priest or pope giving you a blessing or a warning. It could also indicate higher education or higher learning. You could be the teacher or the student. Sometimes this card symbolizes religion. It's like you have to take a lot of things into account. This could be like things in your life. It could be financially. It could be family situations. It could be your bills and things going on. But like there's a lot of things you got to take into account in August for some reason. You may also need to shelter yourself and protect yourself from storms. So you may also need to protect yourself and shelter yourself from storms. So the area where you live, there may be a lot of storm activity going on. You need to have patience, because my guides are telling me Aries, sun, moon, and rising sign people may jump the gun on something and make a swift change, or make a big purchase or a snap decision. And it's like you're doing it too much ahead of the game. Like you're getting ahead of yourself. It's not the wise thing to do. You do need to have some patience and guard against impulsivity. I mean, I'm Aries rising, so I know about being impulsive. You Aries can get mad at me for saying that, but Aries do tend to, at times, be impulsive. So you need to curb that impulsivity. you may really need to start thinking about structuring your life differently. Remember how I said at the very beginning, Aries needs to take a lot of things into account? And I feel like it has to do with a lot of things. Your bills, your living situation, maybe your diet and exercise, could be a lot of things. It's like you need to take them into an account. And I'm hearing you need to, it would be wise, I shouldn't say you need to, but you may want to, or it may be wise to restructure your life differently. And that can even be with schedules and routines and things of that nature. So card number 2 in your reading is the Ace of Pentacles. And this is a card that symbolizes receiving money. It could be blessings of, divine blessings of abundance. Sometimes it's not just money. It could even be emotions. I get you're going to see some, I'm hearing money or increase, like a good return for something. So it could be something you made that you're selling. It could be something you own that you're selling. It could be something you invested in that you're getting, but you invested your money in, now you're getting a good return. Like I said, it could be something you sold, but whatever it is, you're getting a good return for it in August. If you needed a loan or a grant or a mortgage, I get you finalizing papers to get that money. Like, completing them, finalizing them. Some of you are going to get some good insight, have some good ideas, inspiration and ideas on how to make more money. So pay attention to your dreams or things that just drop into your head out of nowhere. Pay attention to that, because you're going to, these things that drop into your head or ingenious ideas or whatever that pop up for you, it's going to be directing you on maybe even not just how to make more money. It could be how to save money or, safeguard your money, save your money, but especially to make more money. If there was an account that you had to dip into, or if you have to dip into it in August or moving forward, you may start putting money back into it. Or if you already dipped into it, you may be putting money back into it now. There could be like certain programs or things that you were involved in, either making money or that you spent money on, that are shutting down. And other ones are going to crop up and open up. So programs, my guides are calling it programs, but it could be things that you made or created or sold that brought you in money. You could be shutting down, or that you spent money on are shutting down and new ones are opening. So the third card in your reading very likely could be you. You have the Queen of Rods. And this is a fire sign person, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising sign person. Like I said, it's probably you. Yeah, you may really feel like, I got to be the master of my own destiny and the captain of my ship. That's what my guides just said. And you may feel like you want to look better and feel better about yourself as well. So you may be working on things and changing things. Like maybe you're going to start going to the gym, or you're going to start jogging, or, using a rowing machine or a stair climber or a elliptical, or, doing diet, some kind of new diet. I don't know, but and other things, like maybe you're going to get cosmetic surgery or change something about how you look, and also to improve how you feel. So it's like a combination. You may be thinking, I only want to talk to people that I feel have substance and value. And if I don't feel like that, they fit in that parameter, I don't want to be bothered and talk to them or deal with them. Maybe you deal with the public a lot in your career or in your past. And you're like, you know what? I'm so tired of dealing with people that's what I only want to deal with people that I feel like they've, I don't know, have some kind of importance or have a lot to say that you feel is has value. Yeah, if you own your own business, you could be changing the structure of how you make money. So you could be restructuring your business. Or if you didn't have a business yet and you were working for another company, you may restructure your life where you do own your own business and you're not working for another business or company anymore. So that could happen here for some of you. There could be a project or something that you want to get involved in or start that may require you to have counsel with a lawyer. It could be starting your own business. You may go through a lawyer to get it to, start it if you're forming a corporation or an LLC. But it could be something else like that you need to consult with a lawyer about in August. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Aries to work with, use, and wear in the month of August 2026 is smoky quartz. And the smoky quartz is a gemstone that is a good grounding stone. It's good for money, making money, and protecting money. It disperses fears and depression. It brings emotional calmness and relieves stress and anxiety. It also promotes positive thoughts and action. It brings psychic protection, physical protection, and abundance, prosperity, and good luck. It's going to make you feel more secure, more settled, more stable, more at home. It's going to also make you feel like, it works with your aura and your energy, and it's going to make you feel like you've got it figured out or you know what to do. Like it could be like confidence building here for Aries. If you're having any trouble with your back, it could be very helpful for you to carry it or wear it. And this could be if you have, herniated discs or, slip discs, herniated discs, back spasms, muscle pains, anything like that, or anything related to your back or spine. It could help you with that in August. If you're having feelings of jealousy or envy, if that's cropping up in you for whatever the reason, if you carry or wear smoky quartz, it's going to calm that down. It could really boost your ability to make money, like by giving you good insight, or it might be good for you. Like if you're making any business deals or going to work, or having any business meetings or, meeting clients or customers, it would definitely be beneficial for you to carry or wear smoky quartz during those, during that time at work, business meetings, negotiating anything. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Taurus. Hi, Taurus. So the first card you have is the Fool. And this is a card that symbolizes starting out on a new path and a new journey with high hopes and high aspirations. But you have to be careful not to have your head in the clouds and not have on rose-colored glasses, or you could fall off the cliff. Some of you are getting ready to travel, and this could be, you could be getting ready to travel for business, or it could be pleasure, but getting ready to travel comes up here. And you could be going quite a distance, and along the way, some of you may be visiting family, relatives, friends. Some of you may be going to, on this trip, or going to visit family or friends, because you may be hoping to extract some kind of knowledge or information from them. I'm not saying you don't want to visit them, like that's your only motive, but some of you may feel like there's certain things that you want to know, and so you're hoping if you go for this visit, you can have some conversations that are illuminating to you about some things that you want to know. And some of you, the information you want may actually be guidance. So some of you may be traveling or going to visit a friend or family member because you want guidance about something. You may also feel like you want to put one foot out that door because there's something about your life that you want to get on with it. You may feel like, I want to get on with my life. So what is it? Like, are you getting divorced? Or are you moving out of your home that you know, from your parents? I don't know. Or you've had a roommate situation and you've been living with roommates, or maybe it could be work, you know? Maybe you're like, I want to take one step out that door to get on with my life, with my own job. My own business. So, you know, that could be coming up for some of you Tauruses. But like I keep seeing you with one foot out the door, like, I got to get on with this. I got to get on with my life. I got to get out, you know, get on with it. So the next card in your reading is the Four of Swords. This is a pause, a meditative state, a resting phase, a recuperation from an illness. It could also indicate prayer. So funny, you're on a journey one moment. Here's like a pause, resting phase on the next. So we have to see why that comes up. It's like some of you do need to take some time out of life and stop and smell the roses. Maybe you've been on too much of a grind, too much work. And you may have the feeling like, I want to clear my mind. I want to make sense of things that are going on. So you could be taking some kind of sabbatical time to yourself. Could be a meditative state. But it's like trying to sort things out and make sense of things, my guides are saying. You may feel like you've put up with a lot and you're like tired and exhausted of it, of all that you've been dealing with and, you know, putting up with. You may be like spent of it. You may feel like there's a lot of debris in your life and that you want to clear a pathway. So that could be relationships. It could be like, you know, situations, relationships. It could also be stuff. If you have a lot of stuff, maybe you're like, I need to simplify my life. I need to clear a pathway. Maybe it could be literally or figuratively. So there may be something in your yard or in your house. Maybe it's too much clutter, too much stuff. So you literally you may be literally trying to clear a literal pathway, but that could be figuratively too. If you have too much clutter in your mind, too much, you know, chaos or drama, things going on, you may want to clear a pathway through those types of situations. I feel like you don't want to be stagnant and that you want to see new growth and development in your life. And so anything that has been making your life feel stale, stuck, or stagnant, you may want to clear that out of your life. So look at this. Hey, you got a traveling card. That's funny, that came up with a Fool. But you've got the card of Six of Swords, which is moving from troubled times to better times, from troubled shores to better shores. It can be moving. You could be moving or having a new commute for work. This can also indicate long distance travel. Some of you really may want to travel again. You may go by boat because my guides are mentioning a boat. So you could be going on like a cruise. But I do hear my guides are saying you want to get out there and see the world or experience new things. So this can also be, if you're not literally going to move or you're not literally going on a trip, this could be indicating, again, similar to the Fool, that, you know, you want to get on with things in your life. Maybe this is about your energy, like your energy is getting amped up, where you're like, I want to, you know, get moving here. You may want more action and like new experiences. Again, I get that going off to see family. And so some of you are, or you could have family members coming to visit you. If you're not the one going to visit them, they could be visiting you. If you are thinking of selling something, especially if it's a house, I hear staging it. So if you're thinking of selling your home, or if you are involved in settling an estate, you may be staging the home of the estate. You may be staging your own home. Or if you have to sell something and you're selling it on an online auction or something, you could be staging it to photograph it. And it could be individual items, like personal items, not, or like collections or things like that. And you may be staging something, because it comes up like staging something, I feel it's to sell, regardless of what it is. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Tauruses to work with, use, and wear in the month of August 2026, you got charoite. And charoite is a soul stone. It's connected to the heart and third eye chakra. It's a healing stone. It's a very powerful stone. It's a stone that can bring in love and protection. It heals physical and emotional bodies. It's a stone of transformation, and it's used to overcome fears. Charoite helps overcome obsessions and compulsions, and it stimulates your inner vision, and it's a very good grounding. Whoops. Oh, I dropped it. And it's also a very good grounding stone. It's a gemstone that's going to help you feel like you, to enable you to achieve your goals. I don't know how to phrase that. So like whatever goals you're striving for, if you carry or wear charoite, I feel like it's going to help you, like, you know, motivate you, inspire you, you know, push you in the right direction to achieve your goals. If you have any kind of eating disorders, whether it's, doesn't matter what it is, there's many kinds, right? It could help you overcome eating issues or eating disorders. It's gonna like kind of help you get on a better track. If you've gotten off track in something, it's going to help you get on track. It's also a good gemstone of like positive reinforcement for you. Like, so it can instill positivity in you when you're wearing it or carrying it. It can also make you feel more positive about yourself. Like, you know, help with your self-confidence. Also, what would be a good gemstone crystal if you're trying to make connections with your spirit guides? It could help you with that. Help you with your spirit guide connections. So, might be a good gemstone to get there, Taurus. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. Now on to the sign of Gemini. Hi, Gemini. So the first card you have is the Empress. And this is a card that symbolizes a maternal figure that's either in the living or is deceased, that cares about you, watching over you, guiding you. This could also be the indication of a birth of a child or a business project, plan, or an idea. You could be the Empress. I hear for some of you Geminis, you may be feeling like it's time for you to complete things. Certain things that you need to complete or get on with in your life. It could be work, it could be documents, it could be complete. Maybe you started stuff around your home, like, you know, home improvement projects or things like that. So you could really feel like, I got to get on with it. I need to complete these things in the month of August. If you've created anything, you may start to have or go to craft fairs, craft shows, festivals, or have any kind of like demonstrations, or people come to your home, and you could be teaching them something. You could even be doing this online. This could be an online store. It could be you know, videos and an online store where you are creating things and then selling them to other people. And it doesn't even have to be objects. Maybe you create websites, or you create computer programs, or, you know, you create programs for people that want to go on, you know, certain kinds of diets, or you could create programs for like meditation or, you know, anything. So you could be creating things and selling them either in your home, online, or at, like I said, trade shows, festivals, or it could be a combination of all those things. It could be a time where you feel like you want to be seen and heard. Either just yourself to be seen and heard, or your projects, plans, and ideas to be, you know, taken note of, to be seen and heard. So you could be giving birth to projects, plans, and ideas here. So card number 2 in your reading is the Four of Rods, which is getting married or attending a wedding, or you could be throwing a wedding for one of your kids. This could also be attending a party, a gathering, or a celebration of some sort. It can also mean success coming to you in springtime. Some of you are going to be buying a bigger property. I don't know whether it's a bigger house. It could be bigger property with land. Some of you may be wanting to be more insulated from the public, so you could be moving off grid, or moving to a farm, or moving to a more remote location. Some of you may be having insulation put under your house or in the walls, or, you know, getting rid of old insulation and getting new insulation pumped in. That could be happening for some of you. Some of you could be getting invited to some kind of gathering or attending a gathering. And I feel for some of you, it could be happening outside. And I do feel like this would be great fun. I see for some of you, there's going to be a big tent, like a white tent with tables under it and music. And I see candles lit on the tables and people singing and dancing and, you know, really having a good time. So I feel if you go to any gathering like that, Gemini, you're going to have fun. It's going to be a fun time. And you need to make sure you build up your energy if that message applies to you, because it's going to take a lot of your energy. I mean, you're going to be burning the midnight oil there. So make sure you're well rested, well fed and well rested prior to that event, because it's going to expend a lot of your energy. But it's going to be positive energy, not negative energy. If you're good with flowers, you could really create something beautiful with flowers. It could be wreaths, it could be floral arrangements, it could be decorating for a wedding or some gathering, and you could be, you know, bringing in flowers and decorating the whole area with flowers and flower arranging. You could be doing that on your property. Maybe you're planting things and sprucing up your property with a lot of plants and flowers. So card number 3 in your reading is the Hierophant, and this is God giving you a blessing or a warning. It can be a high priest or a high pope giving you a blessing or a warning. This could indicate higher education or higher learning. Sometimes the Hierophant actually can symbolize religion. Some of you are going to start studying something, or you're going back, maybe if you, because I hear going back to classes. So maybe, you know, you were in a program, it took a break, and now you're going back to it. Or you took a break from classes that you had been taking, and now you're going to go back to it. And I feel like you'll make great strides and great headway moving forward in whatever this education or training or classes that you may be going back to. You're going to make great strides with it. Somehow, this is going to free up burdens. So if you feel like you've been burdened, maybe at work or in your career, with not knowing enough information, or other people in your field or where you work, like coworkers or competitors to you, you may feel like they know more, and that it's been, you know, to your detriment. So this could make you feel like you're leveling the playing field, like you're going to keep up with other people in your job, or other people in your, you know, other people in your workplace, or other people that are in the same career as you. If you feel like, I got to polish up on my knowledge because other people are, you know, blowing by you, you could feel like that. And so this could be an inspiration for going back to school or going back to classes. You may even be developing some kind of skills or something you're training for or learning, because you are going to turn around and be the teacher of it. So you may be doing this because you're going to share this knowledge and experience with others. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Geminis to work with, use, and wear in the month of August 2026, you got lapis. And lapis encourages self-awareness. It also encourages you to speak your truth. Lapis reveals inner truth, stimulates objectivity and clarity. It encourages creativity. It also inspires confidence and provides qualities of honesty, compassion, and morality. It's a gemstone that's really going to pick up your energy, perk you up, and make you feel like kind of more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, actually. It's really going to help you assess situations and really get real about things. So it's if there's any things going on in your life and you've been like looking at things through rose-colored glasses, or not being realistic, or not paying attention to the facts, or trying to stick your head in the sand about anything, this gemstone is going to help you see the facts, face the truth, and reality, and the reality of situations. If you're having any issues with your throat or tonsils or anything like that, if you lie down and put this on your throat chakra, put lapis on your throat chakra, it could really help with anything throat related, laryngitis, tonsils, sore throats, anything like that. It's also going to be a very good motivating stone. So if you feel like you need motivation to get you like get up and going, like give you some oomph, then lapis will do that for you. Now, I don't know if it'll do it for you always. It may always do that, but it's coming up here as the gemstone that would really help you with that in this month of August of 2026. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Cancer. Hi, Cancer. So the first card you have in this reading is the Queen of Rods. And this is a fire sign person, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. It could be you if you have a sun, moon, or rising sign that is a fire sign. This could be somebody you're connected to that you two need to sort out some things together. If you're traveling with this person, you may be having to figure out like where you're going to stay, or, you know, what kind of transportation are you going to take, or, you know, things about the trip. It could have to do with that. This could be somebody that either you feel like they make you feel crazy, or they may feel like you make them feel crazy, or you both could feel that way about each other. It feels like one of the two of you feels like the other one is nitpicky about stuff. Maybe you're both that way, but I get it. Like one of you's looking at the other one like, ugh, you're driving me crazy with all this nitpicking. This could be somebody in your life that you feel is behaving shamefully in some way. Maybe it's a friend of yours, or a sibling, or a parent, I don't know, or your significant other. And maybe you feel like some way they're behaving, or what they're, you know, what they're doing, what they're saying, how they're behaving, how they're dressing, something where you may feel like that's shameful behavior, or, you know, shocking, like that's too much, or you're going too far. This could also be somebody you have to do some kind of inventory with. Could be of an estate, a family estate. It could be in a business situation where you're looking at like, it comes up like inventory, or looking at profits and loss. That kind of activity comes up here as well. So this could be somebody that you work with. It could be a coworker, or a boss, But like I said, it could be a family member, and you could be doing this involving, a home, an estate. So it could have to do with that. So the card you have next is the Two of Cups. This is fate, destined, meant to be, preordained love relationship. So it could be also like twin flames, soulmates. But you could have a soulmate relationship with a friend or a relative too. It's not always love. Whether you're single or not, I was going to say if you're single, but really whether you're single or not, you could capture the attention of somebody on a dating site or in your workplace or, some club, group, or organization you belong to. You could capture somebody's attention and they could be like, whoa, who's that? And they may want to date you, meet you, maybe see if you're interested in going out on a date or something like that. If you were holding out hopes for engagement or marriage, that could happen. If you're seriously involved with someone and it's been going on a while, you could get engaged or even elope could happen. Or you could be getting pregnant or your partner. So there could be conception happening here. There could be somebody that's very important in your life that you really want to make things better for them. So you may be going out of your way to like fix their place up or, help them out with like doing tasks or chores for them. Or if they're having some kind of medical problem, you may be, trying to do searches on the computer or source medical professionals or doctors that you feel would be helpful, beneficial to this person. So there's somebody you may feel like you really want to help out, but this is somebody you have some kind of involvement with. They're either family or, significant other. So that energy is here. Could even be like helping one of your kids out. Maybe you're helping them try to get into a school or something. So the last card here, card number 3, is the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is a card that symbolizes giving charitably, generously, and freely to others. Hey, you got helping out came up in this card. Maybe you're going to be doing that. This can also indicate receiving generosity and charity from others. It can also indicate the balance of give and take. And it can also mean financial success coming in the future. If you've created anything, you could start to get some really positive feedback. Maybe you've made videos. Maybe you wrote something. Maybe it's something you created or something you're selling or something that you've done. And you could be getting like positive feedback for what you've done. Maybe you threw a party for someone. You never know. You could be financially helping someone. I go back to what I said in the Two of Cups. So you could really be trying to make something better for somebody in your life. And it could be through your generosity of either money or your time and your attention, or it could actually be a combination of both. There could also be somebody in your life that you want to keep them apprised of information. Like you may feel like they need to know certain things, and you're going to be the one that gives them the insight, the info, gets them caught up to speed. Comes up again as generosity. So there's somebody that you're being generous with. You could be giving them things. You could be giving them money. You could be helping them out in other ways. So I really do feel like it's a strong energy here of you being generous and giving and helpful to someone in your life that you care about. I do feel like this is really going to make you feel good. Like you're going to feel like happy, like you did your part. You did the right thing. It's like you're going to gain some positive feelings from the whole scenario. You could even pay for somebody's schooling, education, college, or towards somebody's rent or mortgage payment. Because I do feel that for some of you, it is actually involving you giving money. Which this card doesn't always mean that to me. But today, that's one of the things that comes up here for you. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Cancers to work with, use, and wear in the month of August 2026, you got Desert Sun Jasper. And Desert Sun Jasper brings good fortune. It's a good stabilizing stone. It's good for personal energy. It's a good grounding stone. It's a stone that brings gentleness, relaxation, and contentment. Also, compassion, nurturing. It helps enhance tranquility, comfort, and healing. This is a gemstone that if you're wearing it or carrying it, it's going to help make a statement, like if with you, like with your aura, with your energy. If you carry it or wear it, you're going to be like making a statement with your presence. If you have cramps, menstrual cramps or stomach cramps or intestinal cramps, Desert Sunset Jasper will help alleviate that. So you may want to lie down and put it on your abdominal area to alleviate those issues. If you are divided in yourself, like a dichotomy, where you're betwixt and befuddled with, you feel one way, but you feel this way. So you have mixed feelings or are feeling duplicitous about things. This can help you narrow it down to the right path. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Leo. Hi, Leo. So the first card you have for August is the Two of Swords. This is a block, a stop, or a stalemate. It could be indicating you're protecting yourself from something. There's emotions tied up here, and you could also be having to make some sort of decision, which may be difficult, may not be an easy decision to make. There could be something in your life where you feel like, I'm alone in this, and I don't know which way to go. So it could be some circumstance that's befallen you, and you feel like, you got to sort it out, you're alone in it, and so you got to come to some kind of decisions. There could be certain people that you feel you need to or should stay away from, but yet, however, you could feel very drawn to them. Maybe they wouldn't be good or healthy energy for you. So you're trying to stay away from them, yet you're feeling compelled and drawn to them and their energy. There could be somebody that you're listening to, could be on the computer. It could be in your friend or family group or circle, that you feel like you don't want to listen to them, or you shouldn't listen to them because you maybe don't feel like they're giving you the best ideas, or you may feel like what they're talking about or what they have going on is affecting you and your energy in a kind of negative nature. So that could come up for some of you. You could be going through a period of time where in August or maybe even further out, where you really want to clean things. You could be steam cleaning carpets. You could be, cleaning your vehicles and getting them detailed. It could be other things where your house pressure washed. But I get you. I see steam or mist of water spray. And I'm getting cleaning, steam cleaning. So it could be your furniture, that could be going on in August. You might be thinking about you need to learn how to, or you want to learn how to control something in you that could be erratic or impulsive, and it could be your temper or it could be something else. So the next card in your reading is the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment, all good things coming to you in an emotional sense. It could be like wanting to party, let the good times roll. You could be filled with like happiness and contentment. I do feel like you're going to be doing activities and things that give you some kind of like jump start or boost to your emotions and your energy, like they lift you up, that pump you up. And you may realize some people or a company or a group or that you could be involved with or associate with that would be good networking possibilities for you in the future, or that you would be able to make more money or get more clients and customers or get more business. It could be a club, a group, an organization, an individual. It could involve networking. But I see you like figuring it out. Like, okay, if I get linked up or hooked up with this or this person or this job or this company or this business, it's going to bring in more money to you, more clients and customers to you, more business to you, or have other benefits. If it's not financial benefits, it could be benefits in other forms. So that's what's coming up here with the Nine of Cups. So the third card is the Six of Rods. And this is a card that's victory after a battle. Being victorious in some way. Winning, being victorious. If you have not started your own company or business, I feel that you will start that between August and the end of October. If you already have a business, it could be a new aspect of the business or a new location or a new division of the business that could come up for you. If there's some situation that you're like nervous about, I see you having like convincing yourself and having faith and confidence, and you're going to nail it. Like something you're afraid of doing, or you're like, I don't want to screw it up, or I don't want to embarrass myself, or I don't want to, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a presentation you're doing, or you have to have some kind of like important discussions. I don't know, but I see you being nervous about something, but you come through it with flying colors. You'll be victorious. If you have to give any demonstrations, whether it's on video platform, if you have a channel on YouTube or Rumble or somewhere, or if you're giving demonstrations in another way at a trade show or on television, who knows where. It's like you're nervous about it, but I feel like you really come through with it in, flying colors. You do well. And if you feel like you've had any, what do I want to call it, frenemies or enemies, or people that you feel like have kind of been against you or spoken negatively about you, there's something here you're going to do that you're going to show them. You're going to be like, like, see, you thought I was down and out, or you thought I wasn't going to rise to the occasion, or you thought I wasn't going to be able to do it or pull it off. Well, eat my dust. I don't think people ever say that anymore. But, you get the idea. That's what energy I see strongly for you. And like I said, this could be August, but these predictions, not everybody has the same birth chart. So timing's different for all of you. Some of you may say, that already happened to me a month or two ago. Some of you may say, see it happen closer to December. I don't know, but it's coming up here in your August reading. And anything you thought that was having a lackluster appearance gets a new polish or shine from you. Now, this could be your personal looks, yourself, your body, your appearance, your hair, your clothes, or whatever, but it could be a vehicle or something. Remember, I talked about you cleaning, right? Didn't that come up for you? Steam cleaning things. So that could be involved here, either of yourself, of your personal appearance and self, or of something that you have. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Leos to work with, use, and wear in the month of August 2026, I got Goldstone, which is a stone of ambition. It assists in attaining goals. It's a symbol of ingenuity, ambition, and drive, and also power. It reduces tension, revitalizes, and encourages a positive attitude. It's a good grounding stone, and it secures the root chakra. It's good for transformation, alchemy, and strength. It gives a sense of safety and stability. This is really going to help you with anything you want to communicate, or if you want to communicate with your deceased loved ones or your guides, your spirit guides, or you need to communicate to someone else or to a group of people. The communications are going to be clear and come through, whether they're coming from you to others or from you and with the spiritual realm. If you've had trouble remembering things, this is a gemstone that's going to help you remember. It's going to help enhance your memory. It's also a stone that's going to help you be more dynamic and maybe a little dramatic. So if you have to do something where you need to be more dynamic and dramatic, you may want to carry or wear Goldstone in those situations. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. Now on to the sign of Virgo. Hi, Virgo. So the first card you have is the Nine of Rods, and this is a card that symbolizes getting your ducks in a row, getting things organized, being prepared and ready for battle. You could also be suspicious of someone or something going on. You may be very incensed, and I hear the collective consciousness of Virgo's going, I can't believe they just said that to me. So, be prepared. There could be somebody that says something to you that in August that really ticks you off, that you're like, what's the word? Kind of like stunned, taken aback. And I hear your collective consciousness saying, are you kidding me? Because you're going to feel like what they're saying to you that's critical or, surprising is like totally ironic coming from them, because they may do the exact thing that they're saying you do, or it's just outrageous to be coming from them to you. You may feel like it's really necessary, Virgo, to stay apprised of a situation that is going on in your life that you don't have all the details about. Because you may feel like you also don't want somebody to outsmart you. If you're in a work situation, or it could be even in a family situation, where there's like a competitive feeling or needing to have an edge over the other person, you're going to feel like you want to be in the loop. You want to be apprised of what's going on. All of that comes up here. There could be somebody in your life where you're looking at them and you're like, I see through your lies and deception. So whether you're playing along with them or not, like you could be playing along with them. Like, okay, I see your lies and deception, but I'm not calling you out on it. You could feel that way, but, you may call them out on it. It depends. You could feel like you're going to wish you hadn't said or done that. Like that's your thought to somebody else. You're going to wish you didn't say that to me. You're going to wish you hadn't done that. That's what I hear the collective consciousness of Virgo thinking here. So you have to see what scenario is going on and how that plays out. So card number 2 in your reading is the Page of Cups, which is a water sign person. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, sun, rising sign, or moon sign. This could be you if you have a sun, moon, or rising sign that is a water sign. Pages can be children. They can also be adults that are immature or young at heart. Or they can bring messages, which could be bringing a message to you of emotions, or psychic ability and intuition can come with the Page of Cups. You may be learning to let something go that bothered you about a water sign person in your life. Could be one of your kids, could be your significant other, could be a family member. I don't know who it is, but something that bothered you or annoyed you and it's maybe bothered you for a long time. I feel like you're finally getting past it or letting it go. This could be somebody that could be keeping secrets from you. There may be certain things that they don't want you to know, that they're keeping secrets, or they're trying not to tell you. It could be one of your kids. It could be an employee to you. I don't know who it is. It's a general reading, so I can't pinpoint it exactly. They also may be wanting you to think that things are okay with them, but maybe the things aren't really okay with them. Could be a health issue, or it could be, they could be struggling emotionally about something, or something that they did or said they don't want you to know about. If it's one of your kids and you confront them, they may confess, and they're going to tell you, whoever it is, if it's not your kid, it could be somebody else in your life, they're going to tell you they're never going to do it again. I feel like they mean that when they say it. Will they be able to keep that? I don't know. If you have any kids, they may have a party when you're not around. Or they could be grown kids. I know somebody that's an adult, like, grown up adult, whose mother-in-law had all her friends over while this person I know and their spouse were at a baseball game. And the mother-in-law had all these friends over and a pool party while they weren't away, while they were off at a baseball game. So, adults can do this too, but you may have a kid or an adult person in your life that has a party at your place when you're not there, because that came up to me. So it could happen. So card number 3 in your reading, you have the Lovers. And this is two people that are intertwined with each other, that it could be love, it could be romance, it could be sexual chemistry, it could be an empathic connection. There's an angel watching over the couple that could be bringing the couple blessings, or it could be interfering with the couple. And people can interfere with couples. Come on, let's be real. Jobs can interfere, bosses can interfere with work schedules, kids can interfere, in-laws can interfere. So there are people that can interfere with love, because I've had people question me about that over the years. And so I'm just want to shout it out now. Some of you have a partner or a person you're intertwined with that you're buying into their plan or their scheme or their idea. Like you're going to go along with it or buy into it. And they could think like it's the best thing for the two of you. So I feel like the intentions here are, honorable or favorable or good. If there's a love partner in your life that you feel has gone through struggles and has had a terrible time, like managing something or dealing with something, I feel like you're going to help them or be understanding about what they're going through. So somebody that's having some kind of challenges in August, or maybe even going forward, you are going to be understanding about it and possibly helping them out. If you are connected to somebody, you two could start combining your energies and putting your energies towards something. Maybe you want to put your energies toward building a home or renovating a home or that you're already in, or putting your energies together towards starting a business, or putting your energies together to create a child, to create another human, or to create something that the two of you are interested in. It could be some kind of hobby, craft, skill, and you could be combining your forces and putting your energies together toward that. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Virgos to work with, use, and wear in the month of August of 2026, you got lapis. And lapis encourages self-awareness. It also encourages you to speak your truth. It reveals inner truth. It stimulates objectivity and clarity, encourages creativity, inspires confidence, and provides quality of honesty, compassion, and morality. This is a gemstone that's going to help you overcome anxiety and fears that you may have. It's also a good gemstone for Virgos, like if there's certain wishes and desires you want to see come true, wearing lapis or meditating with it on your third eye chakra, your throat chakra, or your heart chakra, like lying down and resting with them on those chakras, could really help you manifest things that you desire. And also is a good gemstone to bring about healing. It's a good healing stone. It's a good gemstone if you're giving Reiki to anyone else or you are receiving Reiki, to be wearing it while you're getting Reiki healing. It's also going to help, like, if you have like anxiety, if you're feeling nervous or anxious or anxiety is building up in you, if you carry or wear lapis, it's actually going to help like lower your blood pressure, calm you down, and help push away anxiety. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Libra. But before I go on to Libra, I just want to let you know about some of the new video series I've recorded for my Gumroad platform, Patreon shop, and these are available still on Vimeo. However, Vimeo is not going to allow me to upload any new videos, probably after the ones I mention here. So, first of all is my eclipse effects from the new moon solar eclipse in Leo, August 12th, 2026, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings for each sign of the zodiac. I record these video series every time an eclipse comes up, and there's a lot of messages and information there because I'm using those divination tools of tarot, crystal, and oracle cards. Plus, I pull a gemstone crystal for you for each sign of the zodiac as to what would be helpful to you with dealing with the eclipses. You might want to get your sun sign and your rising sign if you can do so in that video series. Also, my mid-year love and romance update for 2026. These readings are for singles and couples. The first half of the reading is for the single people of your sign. The second half of the reading is for the coupled people of your sign. And you may want to watch the entire video because there will be crossover where some messages for the single people apply to the couples and vice versa. You might want to get your sun sign or your rising sign, or maybe your moon sign, because moon sign deals with emotions. And I've even had people write me and tell me that their Venus sign has resonated with them in the love readings. So something to consider there. Also, my mid-year psychic tarot update for 2026, where I looked at the center of the 10-card Celtic Cross Tarot spread, and I'm bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for the second half of this year of 2026. So if you haven't checked them out yet, you might want to do so. Also, my course correction psychic tarot and oracle card readings for 2026. This is a new series this year. I've never recorded this before, where the first, where in the reading, the tarot cards are going to be focusing on like issues, warnings, cautions, concerns, and the oracle cards are going to give you advice, suggestions, and solutions. Then the last thing I want to mention here is my psychic crystal readings for August 2026, which are a continuation and an expansion of the readings I'm doing right now in this video. So if you want to hear more messages and predictions from my spirit guides for this month of August, you may want to get those crystal readings. The links are down below in the description box, but as I said, they are on Gumroad, Patreon shop, and some are still on, you still can get some of these videos on Vimeo. But again, Vimeo is ending, so pretty soon there will be no uploads to Vimeo. As a matter of fact, I think the eclipse effects or the August crystal readings will probably be the last videos I can upload new to Vimeo. So thanks for your purchases. It means a lot, helps the channel to continue. So thank you so much for all of that. So now on to the sign of Libra. Hi, Libra. The first card you have is the Empress, and this is a maternal figure that's either living or deceased, that's watching you, guiding you, giving you protection or, care. This could also be you. You could be the Empress because it is the symbol of creation. It could also be indicating the birth of a child or a business project, plan, or an idea. If your mother is deceased, you could be doing things to honor your mother. You could be spreading her ashes. You could be going to her grave, visiting her grave. You could be writing a story about your mother or honoring your mother in some form or fashion. And that could be like, you could be doing that even if your mom is living. You could be honoring her in some way. You could be calculating the changes that are occurring in your own physical body, or calculating changes that are going on with your mother's physical well-being. You may be needing to take her to see doctors or specialists. She may require treatments or surgery, or you may need to go to see doctors or have some kind of treatments or testing or surgery. I hear the words duality, and you may feel like you have to be at two places at once. So I'm not sure. This could mean like if you're dealing with your mother and then you have your own things to deal with. That could be the duality. The duality could also be if you have to help your mother or a mother figure to you, and you could have feelings like you want to help but you don't want to help, or you may have duplicitous or complicated feelings about this person that you need to help. Some of you could feel like your mother or a mother figure to you is coming unglued. Maybe she's emotionally overwrought, or maybe she's going through, she's having dementia or Alzheimer's, or she's really upset about something. So she could be like kind of coming unglued. You could be buying a place for your mother, putting your mother in assisted living, putting your mother in a nursing home, putting your mother in a rehabilitation facility if she needs some kind of rehab for, like physical rehab or something like that. That also is coming up here. So the card number 2 in your reading is the 8 of Swords. And this is feeling trapped in an emotional prison, or trapped in some kind of situation that you can't really see how to get out of, although you may actually be able to get out of it more easily than what you think. You may feel like I'm trying to do what's right here, but I'm doing my duty. And you may really feel like you want to be free of some kind of chains that are binding to you in August, or this could be moving forward September, October. You may be really thinking and focusing on cause and effect. This could have to do with medication, treatments, surgery, or other things. It could be involving you personally. It could be involving your mother or someone like a mother figure to you. Like, what is the cause and effect if this happens? What's the cause of effect if of that treatment, of that test, of that surgery, of that medication? Like, it could be you, because I'm clearly hearing you're like evaluating and looking at cause and effect. It could be in other areas of your life, not to do with your mother. You could be focusing on the cause and effect of other things. You could feel very baffled You may feel like you don't have the answer or the answers. You may feel like you want the answers, you're trying to find the answers, but you may feel like you're not getting the answers. You may feel like things in your life, situations that are playing out, they could feel like more complicated to you now. You may feel like, why do I have to deal with all this complications? You could feel like things should be getting simpler. You wanted things to go more smoothly. You wanted things to go easier. But you could feel like things are just getting too complicated, too complex. And you could feel unhappy or concerned, like, why do I have to deal with these complex situations? This could be happening to you at work. If it's not happening to you in a family situation or in your personal life, this could be happening to you in a workplace situation. You may be feeling like you want to envelop yourself in new surroundings and new situations. So you may be thinking of moving or wanting to move, or you may wish you could move, or you could be thinking about leaving your job and wanting to have a new job or something on those lines. So the third card in your reading is the Death card. This is a card that symbolizes transformation, something ending so something new can begin. There's something in your life that you may feel like you are going to need to stop and you're not going to be able to do it again. It could be some kind of physical activity or exercise you like to do, and maybe you have challenges now, or medical challenges or physical challenges that, like, you can't do it anymore. It could be a variety of things, but there's something in your life that you've enjoyed or done for a while that you're going to feel like, I can't do it anymore. There could be things in your area where you live, your state, your city, your town, your province, or your local neighborhood that are deteriorating and falling away. So you could see like buildings getting demolished, old houses or buildings torn down. They could be really old. You could see things dissolving like that because they're falling apart and they're disintegrating. It could be like kind of jarring to you, a little stunning, where it makes you feel like off kilter, where you're not really sure what to make of it. It could affect you like mentally, like it could be or mentally or emotionally jarring to you if that kind of thing is going on in your area or that you're witnessing. You may even feel like you're watching a deterioration of things going on out in the world stage somewhere in a much bigger way. And you could feel like, I'm watching the deterioration of that. And it could be very disarming to you. You may not feel like really great about it. Some of you may be starting a new job. Some of you Libras may be starting a new career, or it could be both. A new career and then you get a new job for some of you. So you have to see how that plays out. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Libras to work with, use, and wear in the month of August 2026, you got rose quartz. And rose quartz brings loving vibes. It purifies and opens the heart to promote love, self-love, friendship, deep inner healing, and peace. Rose quartz is a calming stone. It brings comfort in times of grief, and it's good for dispelling negativity and protects against environmental pollution. It's going to be a gemstone that's going to really help you adjust your thinking. So if you feel like scattered or like you're not sure if you're thinking the right things, or you're evaluating all of that, this gemstone could put you like back on the right track, or back on on point with your thinking. It's also going to help you see people with clarity, people in your life. So if you're wearing it or carrying it around people you're uncertain about what their motivations are, what their intentions are, I feel like rose quartz, the way my guides are talking, could really help you get a better handle on what they're all about, what's their motivations, what's their motivations. If you've had any kind of breakup or heartache, grief from someone passing away, or any breakup, or any big fights that caused you emotional hurts and pain, rose quartz will definitely help you with that and bring in healing of your heart. So you may want to lie down and rest with a good sized piece of rose quartz on your heart chakra. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. So the first card you have is the Knight of Cups. This is a water sign person, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. So this could be you because you are a water sign. You may want your emotions to be clear. You may feel in August like your emotions are scattered or kind of all over the place. You could be having a lot of vivid dreams. And you may be trying to make sense of those dreams. You could feel like, oh, these dreams are, bringing me a message. Or you may feel like the dreams are very prophetic. You could be feeling strangled by family. It could be a family situation. It could be a family member. You could feel like kind of suffocated, oppressed, strangled by a family member or some kind of family situation that's going on. And you may feel like, I want to get my priorities straight or my life straight. You may say, well, I don't have screwed up priorities. I don't know. It doesn't have to mean that you were doing something bad. It could mean like priorities can be like, what are you putting at the top of the list of importance? And what are you putting lower on the list of importance? Maybe those things need to shift. What you're prioritizing maybe isn't as important as you're giving it, and other things need more of your attention. You could take some interesting courses or classes now, especially if you're interested in anything metaphysical or mystical, like anything like mediumship or astral projection, studying psychic ability or astrology. Like you could be getting involved or interested in studying or learning about those things right now. And you could take classes, but you could just be doing your own research, reading books, reading things online, watching videos, and learning it through those methods. If you have problems with critters in your yard or on your house, you may be buying a scarecrow, or like where I live, people buy wooden owls and they put them on their roof to keep, I don't know, seagulls away, hawks away, whatever birds they're trying to keep away. But I'm hearing it more like a scarecrow. So you could be buying something like that to put in your yard to scare away, critters. Maybe you have a garden or a farm and you want to keep animals away. So the next card in your reading is the Fool. This is starting out on a new path and a new journey with high hopes and high aspirations, but you have to have your wits about you and not have your head in the clouds and not have on rose-colored glasses, or else you could fall off the cliff. So it's like good, it's a good journey. It's good to go on this journey, but you have to be aware. Some of you could feel not happy with where you are, and you may feel like time to leave. Now, that could be your place where you live. That could be a place where you work. I don't know, but I get like some of you are like, I'm not really settled or happy with where I am right now. So, you know, time to leave. You may feel like it's time to march to the beat of your own drum or of a new and different drum. So you may feel like time for change. Now, there's 2 eclipses this month. The first one is the new moon solar eclipse in Leo. It's a total eclipse too, which has more power and impact on August 12th. And then there's a full moon partial lunar eclipse on August 28th. Eclipses always bring change. So these eclipses could really be affecting you, Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising sign people, inspiring like this change that you seek. I don't feel like it's getting thrusted upon you. It feels like change that you want. You could surprise people. I hear my guides say, you're going to do things and say things, or your appearance could change in a whole new and different manner, and people are going to be like, whoa, is that Scorpio? So, you know, isn't Scorpio the fixed water sign? I know I'm an Aquarius, and that's a fixed air sign, and, you know, I don't know. So maybe you don't like change that much, but change is afoot for you here. So Judgment is your last card. Judgment, which is what do we think about a situation? How do we feel about it? What's the word? What's the proclamation? How are things going to go down? And how does it affect everyone involved? I hear, I've got to let bygones be bygones. I can't do it anymore. So some kind of argument or dissension or acrimony you've had with someone, or it could be a club, a group, an organization. It could be an institution of some sort. It could be an individual that you've had some kind of dissension, acrimony, whatever with, and you may feel like, you know what? I just can't do it anymore. That could be your feeling. If you see people running through their money, you may call them out on it and say, you know what? You need to get a handle on your money, because I can't always be here to fix the issues or to bail you out. If it's not financial, it could be something else they're doing that you're like, you know what, you need to quit doing this or that. I feel for many of you, it's the person you're telling this to, it is about money. But it could be something else, and you're like, you know what, I can't police you. I can't be here about it all the time. You need to, like, you know, what's the old saying, straighten up and fly right? Like, you may be telling somebody that, like, look, I have sympathy and empathy for you, but, you know, I've got my own things I got to do, look after, take care of, and I can't, you know, be the solution bringer for you. Some of you are going to travel and visit another country or visit someone in another country. And I feel like, to me, it feels like you're flying. I don't feel this is a cruise. I feel like you're flying, and you may like really tour around, because I get traveling around. So I don't feel it's just like going from point A to point B. I feel like when you get to point B, you're going to do sightseeing or touring, maybe Maybe there's countries that are real close together and you're going to go around. Or like if you came to the United States has a lot of states. The United States is very big, so you could travel all around the United States. Or you could go to Europe and travel all around to different countries. I feel like that is likely for some of you Scorpios. Some of you could have some kind of announcement or something you want to tell your family, or it could be at work, could be to your employers and and the coworkers, and you want to see how it's going to land, like where it lands. How are they going to deal with it? How are they going to feel with your announcement? Maybe you're going to leave, or maybe you're going to say, I can't work this many hours, or I need to, or whatever your announcement is, it's going to be like, how are these people going to react when I tell them this? So the best gemstone crystal I got for Scorpios to work with, use, and wear in the month of August of 2026 is aquamarine. And aquamarine is a cleansing stone. It evokes relaxation and calm. It reduces stress and calms the mind. It's associated with trusting and letting go. Aquamarine can invoke tolerance of others and helps overcome judgmentalism. It's also good for sensitive people. It has an affinity with sensitive people. You're going to have more appreciation and value of the time you spend alone and the time you spend with other people. It's like something about aquamarine is going to be impressing that on you. If you're having any problems with diarrhea, upset intestinal upset, or any kind of like viruses, or any of that, it's going to help with that. So you may want to lie down and put aquamarine on your abdomen if you're having any kind of those issues in August. It's also a gemstone that's really going to be helping Scorpios see clearly into the future. So like if you can get one, especially if you can get one that has some clarity to it and isn't milky and cloudy especially, but you can even do it with a opaque stone. To crystal gaze, scrying, crystal gazing in aquamarine is going to help Scorpios see into the future, probably your own future. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Sagittarius. Hi, Sagittarius. So the first card you have for August is the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. All good things coming to you in an emotional sense. You could be feeling like filled with contentment. It can also mean partying and let the good times roll. So you could be going out and having some fun in August. You could be doing a lot of things to help your body. You could be going through a phase of really doing things to heal yourself in whatever ways work for you. Could be you could be taking cleanses or taking certain herbal remedies or tinctures of any kind. So you could be going through the natural path of medicine, but you could also be going through methods of traditional Western medicine to help heal yourself. If you go to any big party or gathering or celebration, you could make a big scene, but I don't feel it's a bad scene. I feel it's a scene like you're funny or witty, or you're dancing or living it up, partying, having a great time, telling jokes. Like you could be So when I say seen, that makes it sound bad, but I don't feel that this is negative. It's because I feel like you want to really see people happy, enjoying themselves. You want to put a smile on other people's faces, and you yourself want to be having a good time and be smiling, have a smile on your own face. If you work for a business or company, you could be climbing up the ladder. You could be graduating and going up to a new position. Or it could be in school. If you're in any kind of training program, college, school, whatever, you could be graduating and moving up the ladder of, the levels at the school where or training program that you're going through. Some of you may purchase a vehicle that you absolutely love, maybe one you always wanted. Like a Corvette comes to mind, but it doesn't have to be a Corvette. I don't personally want a Corvette, so that's not me talking about it. But I did hear a Corvette in my head. But it could be some other kind of vehicle. I don't know. Could be a Range Rover. It could be a Jeep. Could be, a Jaguar. It could be a Mercedes. I don't know. A Porsche. I don't know what it is. But, you could get some kind of dream vehicle that you've always wanted. And if it's not a vehicle, it could be something else. But purchasing something that you always hoped you could get, maybe it's a Rolex watch or I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like you could attain it in August or soon, between August and the end of December. So the next card in your reading is the Nine of Rods, and this is being prepared and ready for battle, getting your ducks in a row, getting organized. It could also indicate that you're suspicious of someone or something. If you are at a place of work and you feel like somebody is trying to take your job away from you or take something away from you, you're not going to give it up without a fight. This could even be happening in your personal life for some of you, where somebody could even be a company or a boss. Maybe bosses are going to try to take benefits away from you, or hours away from you, or your position away from you. Or, like I said, it could be happening in your personal life too, where you are not going to roll over. You're going to put up a fight about whatever anybody's trying to take away from you in August. But like I said, these readings, you don't all have the same birth chart. So these messages could apply to something coming in later on, or they could have already happened. Could happen in June or July. And if somebody tries to take something away from you, Sagittarius, and there is any kind of like higher ups that you can talk to, I feel like you're going to do that. You may be watching how people are reacting to what you are saying or doing, and you may feel like people are displaying jealousy toward you in some way. Even if you're like, I don't get why, you could be totally mystified by that. You may feel like there's no reason for anybody to be jealous of me or what I'm doing or this or that, but that could be happening. You could be witnessing somebody creating a scene at a public place. So this could be in the workplace. It could be at a gathering or a party that you go to. It could be within, some other circumstance at a club, a group, an organization, or something that you attend. And you could be like, not in favor of it. This is not what I talked about in the Nine of Cups with you at a party. This is something else. This is you witnessing somebody else doing this. That's not good. That's creating a scene. So, card number 3 is the Knight of Pentacles. This is an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. It could be you, Sagittarius, if you have a sun, a moon, or a rising sign that is an earth sign. This is somebody that could be going through a period of time that's victimhood. So they could be acting like the victim. They could be also victim shaming or blaming. This person could be doing that. This could be somebody that's like trying to get at you and hold you accountable for something you said or did or your actions. They may think that you owe them something. Maybe they think you owe them money. Maybe they think you owe them a job. Maybe they think you owe them like your time, attention, and respect. I don't know that you're going to agree with them on that, but that's what they think. Obviously, this is applying to someone else, not you. If this is your sun, moon, or rising sign, it means something different. You could feel like if it's applying to you, you could feel like there's scarcity and lack in something. Could be in the government that runs the place where you live. Could be scarcity and lack in the food supply. You may feel there's scarcity and lack in some other issue. Could even be in a relationship. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you could feel like they're not doing all that they could do, that the relationship, it's creating scarcity and lack in the relationship. This could be somebody that could be critical of you. They may feel like things you say and do drive them crazy or get under their skin. You could look at this person like they're kind of pig-headed, stubborn, pig-headed, a little fixed, maybe unmoving in their views and positions on things. This could also be somebody in your life or that you're dealing with that is skeptical of you and how you handle your issues or problems that arise. So they could be someone skeptical of you. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Sagittarians to work with, use, and wear in August of 2026, you got chalcedony. And that is spelled Chalcedony, and it is pronounced chalcedony, not chalcedony. It's a nurturing stone. It brings in nurturing and calming energy. It promotes brotherhood and goodwill and soothes anxiety. It's good for public speaking. It absorbs negative energy. It's a protective shield against hostile energy. It brings the mind, body, emotions, and spirit into harmony. It's connected to the throat chakra. It brings peaceful sleep and good for dream recall. It instills feelings of benevolence and breaking through blocks. And it also instills feelings of generosity. This is a gemstone that could really help you realize, actualize your goals, hopes, wishes, and dreams. It can attract prosperity and good luck. It's also good for like giving you good introspection on people, situations. It's also going to help you be efficient and do things in a productive and timely manner. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Capricorn. Hi, Capricorn. So the first card you have is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the karmic wheels of fate turning in your favor, the planets in the heavens and the spirit guides around you conspiring to give you karmic good fortune. It can also be the ups and downs of karma. It can mean a karmic cycle ending and a new karmic cycle beginning. I get like the hands of fate turning, and in some way you're getting your power back. So you have to ask yourself, where did you feel like you had lost some of your power? Was it in the workplace? Was it in a love relationship? Was it with family? I don't know where, but you may feel like, okay, I lost my power, some of my power before, but now I feel like I'm getting my power back. You could really feel like you're unburdening yourself. You could be talking to friends, families, or family members or friends, or you could be getting counseling, and you could be unburdening yourself, like, trying to get some kind of healing emotionally or mentally or both. You could, like, social justice could be very important to you. You could be really focusing on and paying attention to where you see social injustice happening either in your sphere of the world or the entire world. You may want to create some kind of program or a website or maybe a channel, a YouTube channel or a Rumble channel where people can go and, like, you may be posting things about social injustices in the world, posting like solutions to problems, or, like anything to do with politics, campaigning, rights that need to be wronged, laws that haven't been correct that need to be rewritten. You may be involved in like poll taking, petitions where you want people to sign petitions for things. At some gathering or event, you could get recognized for your accomplishments. You could win some kind of acknowledgement or reward or award, and be applauded and, recognized for that at this like event. So the next card in your reading is the Six of Pentacles. This is you giving charitably, generously, and freely to others. This is a card that can symbolize you getting charity and generosity from others. It can indicate the balance of give and take or financial success coming to you in the future. You may start your own corporation, or you may start a foundation. You may start a foundation for people to donate to help, a country or individuals where you see some kind of, again, social injustice in the world, or these people may be in need. If you have kids or you're involved in any capacity with a school, a university, it doesn't matter what kind of school, you may go and give speeches, lectures, teach. It could be teaching like on a regular basis, but it could be like, where you go on a circuit. You go to this school, you go to that school, you go to this institution, you go to that institution, and you try to bring awareness, or you're teaching something. If there's someone in your life that requires special services, you are going to go out on a limb for them. Now, this could be one of your kids. Maybe you have a child that has special needs and needs special services. You may go out on a limb to get that child those special services. But if it's not your child, it could be somebody that you've heard about in the news or somebody you care about or something. And you could go out on a limb to see that person gets special treatment, special services, things that they need. If they're not your family members or a child to you, it could be somebody that you really feel is getting the raw end of the deal and you want them to get things that they should be getting, services and things they should be getting. You may even take your time out to join some kind of group. It could happen if you belong to a church, but it could be some other type of group that you join in or get involved in, or that the group is doing it, where there's a special cause that is being focused on, you know, collecting donations of food and clothing. It could be for another country, could be some for people in your own country. So card number 3 is 3 of Cups. This is you attending parties, gatherings, and celebrations. You could be throwing the party, you could be attending the party. This could also indicate a celebratory conclusion to something going on in your life. It could also indicate 3 sisters, 3 females, 3 friends, help from friends. Some of you are going to go on some kind of trip or to some with you know, other people. This could be your family members. It could be friends. But it, you know, so for some of you, it's going on a trip. But for some of you, it could be like having a celebration. There's a lot of conversation going on, lots of gossip. Whether it's family or friends, you guys are going to be talking about somebody that has some kind of issue, like that they have a health issue, or, you know, like there's somebody that seems to be a topic of conversation here. There could also be conversation happening where you're talking about somebody, you and other people are talking about somebody getting married. Either it's positive, like, hey, isn't this good news? So-and-so's getting married. But it could also be gossip in the way that maybe the people don't approve. You and whoever you're talking to don't think this person should marry this other person. Like you may think that that person is like trouble or bad news. Like that could be the reason for this discussion. If you do go to any parties or gatherings or celebrations, wow, it could be a big, a lot of drinking could go on. If you don't drink, I know a lot of people say that in the comments. I don't drink. A lot of people say they don't. I don't either, but you know, I have in the past, but I don't now. It's not like I wouldn't. If somebody says, well, due to my diet, I wouldn't. It's not no other reason than that. But I just get like people are going to be really, what do they call it? Bellying up to the bar. Like people are really going to be partying it up. If you go to a wedding or a party or a gathering or a celebration, it's going to be, that came up for one of the other signs. I don't remember which one, but a big party came up for another sign. You're getting it here too. Some of you could land a new job, or someone connected to you, like your significant other or one of your kids, could land a new job in the month of August or September, maybe even out till October. So August through the end of October. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Capricorns to work with, use, and wear in the month of August 2026, you got amethyst. And amethyst helps with addictions. It enhances the immune system. It improves the endocrine system. It's also good for improving skin appearance. It promotes good digestive health. It reduces headaches. It helps regulate hormones. It increases spiritual awareness and psychic abilities, positive transformation, relieves stress, and it can enhance memory. I do feel it is actually going to help your memory. So if you've been forgetful lately, Capricorn, you may want to carry or wear amethyst. If you're trying to have children, you may want to carry, have amethyst in the location where you are trying to procreate, because I get this stone could help you with procreation. It could also satisfy things in you, like if you it's a stone that can bring you some kind of feeling of satisfaction. So if you've been feeling like you're lacking things or dissatisfied with certain things in your life, start wearing amethyst and see if that doesn't turn that feeling of lack or dissatisfaction around. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius. So the first card you have is the King of Rods, and this is a fire sign person. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. It could be you if you have a sun, moon, or rising sign that is a fire sign. This could be you, because I hear things could be troubling you or bothering you in August. You want to see marked differences or change occur in some aspect of your life. You could be questioning authority or authority figures. You may also be questioning or wondering how best to handle pressure coming to you from other people. Or it could be situations, but mostly other people. And if that does not apply to you, this could be a fire sign person in your life that's feeling all of that. Although I do feel it's some of you Aquarians are feeling this way. You could hear of or come to know of some kind of catastrophic event where garbage gets dumped somewhere. Could be literal garbage, like a garbage barge tips over, or, garbage doesn't just have to be human garbage. It could be garbage of other types of things, that there could be some disaster that happens and you're like, oh no, it's reminding me of the oil spill that happened years ago. And that created a lot of, that's like garbage. It is and it isn't. Like, you don't want an oil spill, but so you could be worried about that or thinking about it. Some kind of, I don't know if it's a natural disaster. I just get like something that's like garbage dumped somewhere. You or a fire sign person in your life could be having trouble with their knees. If they play any kind of sports, they could damage their knee or kneecap. There may be some necessity for some kind of arthroscopic surgery or something done with the knees, like, surgically or something else. Acupuncture, physical therapy, but I feel it's more extreme than that it would need. This person could also have issues with their bones in their body. Could be like brittle bones or some kind of illness that affects the bones. So the card that comes next is the Eight of Pentacles. This is learning a new craft, learning a new skill, starting a new job, starting a new business, and gaining financial gain and reward from what you're learning or doing. Paying attention to craftsmanship and attention to detail also. You may really feel like, I don't want to live my life vicariously through other people. You may feel like, I want to shine. You could be putting a positive spin on things. Or putting a positive polish to something you're working on or doing. So either putting a positive spin on things going on, or putting like a finishing touches, or working on something that you're putting the, you're polishing it up, making something great, putting the finishing touches on it. Some of you could be getting involved with a new way to generate income. And whatever this is, it could really stabilize your finances. If you've been overwhelmed by debts, it could help you alleviate that or get you out of the debt completely. If you're creating a party for someone, or giving someone a birthday gift or a birthday party or some other kind of party and gift, it's like you're going to really want to make it extra special. You're going to go out of your way to do that. You could have your name associated with something that's really important or really special or highly recognized. So your name could be associated with something like that. It could be business related. It could be something you did on your own. It could be connected to another business or company. It could be to something you created, but your name gets associated with it, and people will like notice it, recognize it, look favorably upon it. So you like Capricorn also got 3 of Cups, and this is 3 sisters, 3 females, 3 friends, help from friends. It can indicate parties, gatherings, or celebrations. You could be attending the party, you could be throwing the party. There could be a celebratory conclusion to something going on. If you have some close friends, you could be getting together with them, especially if they're like, you feel like they're your best friends. If you are part of any clubs, groups, or organizations, you may be getting one of your friends or getting new people into the club, group, or organization, getting them in, helping them to join. If there is a new restaurant in your area, or it could be a bar, could be a club, could be a restaurant that you hear of, you and your friends, or you and your, it could be family members too, may be making a plan to go there. Like, wow, have you heard about this great new place? We got to go check it out. And that could be going on in August, but it could also happen in September or October. If you have some good friends or siblings, there could be a lot more communication with you, among you, in the month of August than maybe has been in a while. So you could be hearing from family members or friends, and you could be just talking to them on the phone, but you could be getting together with them physically and seeing each other more. This will be a time where some Aquarians are going to really look at and evaluate things that are in their living space. I feel it means things. It could be situational as well, but it feels like things that you're going to figure out what you need, what you don't need, what you want, what you don't want anymore, and really weeding through stuff, getting through things you don't want anymore, you don't care about anymore, you don't need anymore, and getting rid of them. You may feel like you want things to be more fresh, more clean. You may want to like get new carpets, get new towels, bedding, new like painting, even new paint on the walls. Like that could be something that is like high on your list of priorities in August or going through even to the end of November. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Aquarians to work with, use, and wear in the month of August 2026, you got Bloodstone. And Bloodstone is a very good grounding and purifying stone. It heightens intuition and creativity. It helps ward off negative energy. It stimulates dreaming, and it's a good revitalizing stone and a protective stone. It encourages selflessness and idealism, strengthens the immune system, detoxes the liver, intestines, kidney, spleen, and bladder, and it also invigorates blood and energizes life. It's going to be a gemstone that's really going to be speaking to your mind of wanting clarity and clarification of fact from fiction. And it's going to be a gemstone that's going to provoke you to want to know answers. It's also, I know it sounds weird, but it's also going to inspire you to go outside, to spend more time in nature. It's a good gemstone to help you alleviate stress and especially anger. If you've been feeling angry lately or you're prone to anger, it's going to help with that. If you need to write anything or create any speeches, teaching classes, lectures, it's going to help you create them. And they're going to be speeches or things that are written that have gravity to them, like very impactful. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the sign of Pisces. Hi, Pisces. So the first card you got is the Page of Pentacles, and this is a card that symbolizes an earth sign person. Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. It could be you if you have a sun, moon, or rising sign that is an earth sign. It could also be a child to you. Pages can be children, or they can be adults that are immature or young at heart. Pages can be messengers, and this could be bringing in a message about money or abundance in some other way, or maybe even emotions. You or some earth sign person you're dealing with is going to be very dedicated to something that you want to do or create. You may feel like, or this earth sign person may feel like, that like you want to show what your capabilities are, demonstrate your abilities, your talents, your skills, your knowledge. And it's because you're going to gain a lot of gratification from that. You'd be advised to take things as they come in August, and not to try to do too much at once, or to, like overwork, get overburdened, trying to do too much at once. None of that is advisable for you now. This person or you is going to do research. And it could be learning how to take something apart, to repair it, and put it back together again. Or it could be research about something else. But I get like studying research here, especially about taking something apart and putting it back together. You may feel like you want to be there for your family and take care of them in some way, or do special things for them or a family member. So this is coming up a lot like sounding like it's you. However, if it doesn't apply to you, then this is an earth sign person in your life that is experiencing these things and feeling that way. Either you or this earth sign person could also be going through a period of time in August where they're getting headaches. It could be migraine headaches, or just, headaches of some type could kick up in the month of August. You could get, you or the earth sign person could get calluses on your hands or fingers, right? Or you could burn, or getting burned comes up here on hands and fingers. So got to be careful of that. So the next card in the reading is the Four of Swords. And this is a pause, a resting phase, a recuperation from an illness. It could also indicate prayer. It can also indicate meditation if I didn't say that. You may feel like it's really important to you, Pisces, that you do things in your own way in August and at your own time and pace. You're not going to appreciate anybody that's trying to hustle you along, like hurry up, get more done, do this. You're not going to be, that's going to rub you the wrong way. You're not going to like that. You could have problems with digestion, indigestion, if you're prone to like acid reflux, or maybe even if you're not prone to it. It doesn't mean it's only going to happen to people that are prone to acid reflux or indigestion or heartburn. It could just be, it's just going to happen, whether it's normal for you or it's not. Somebody from your past could pop up now. If you were married or seriously coupled before, they could pop up. You could hear from them. They could send you a text message or an email, or you may run into them. But if you do run into them, I feel that they intentionally set it up for that to happen. But I feel like, you've got the caution signs up, the yellow flashing light, caution, caution, caution. I see you not, even if you may be curious to hear what they have to say, or you like to hear from them, and all of that, but I don't think you want to go there again, or you would be very, very wary and leery to do so. It's not something that you are 100% trusting or sold about. This could be a time where you want to vacuum pack and seal certain things in some kind of vacuum pack. It could be like food. You want to, maybe you catch a bunch of fish, or you buy meat somewhere, or you cook certain things, and you want to vacuum pack them and seal them and put it in the freezer. But you could vacuum pack other things, that aren't food. But I get you vacuum packing things in August, maybe even in September as well. So the next card in your reading is the Temperance card, which means having patience. You either need to have patience or you are going to have patience. It can also indicate alchemy, where God is working through you in what you're doing, thinking, creating, and saying. You could be building up a new wardrobe. Maybe you're getting rid of a bunch of old clothes and you're buying new clothes. You could also be putting out your energy with sending out resumes or contacting people you've networked with, that you can use as networking opportunities, or a combination of the two things together to see where it lands and what sticks and who contacts you, who do you hear back from, what kind of interest perks up. If it's not to get a new job, this could also be like you taking a poll to see what people want that you're going to create or make. It could also be like maybe you're a content creator. You could be putting a bunch of videos out to see, how's it going to go? Are people going to like what you're saying, what you're demonstrating, what you're showing, what you're, creating? Are they going to like it or not? So it could be you putting things out there in that kind of capacity. You could be creating something that you're going to put together that's a package deal that then you're going to sell or pitch to someone to see if they're interested in it. It could be you're pitching it to your boss. Like, hey, boss, I got this idea. We could put all these things together and it could be useful. Or we could make money on it. Or you could be doing it of your own things, your own ideas, your own creations. And you could be putting them together in a package deal. Maybe it's things you teach or like products or services that you could put together in a package deal. And you want to see, like, how's it going to go? Will people go for it? That could come up for some of you Pisces. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Pisces to work with, use, and wear in the month of August 2026, you got aquamarine. And aquamarine is a cleansing stone. It evokes relaxation and calm. Aquamarine reduces stress and calms the mind. It's associated with trusting and letting go. It can invoke tolerance of others and helps overcome judgmentalism. Aquamarine also has an affinity with sensitive people. It's going to give you the energy and the feeling of let me be me. As my son always says, let me be me, bro. That's from the movie Surf's Up. For those, and he's a Pisces. Cody Maverick, he loves that character. But you know what I mean? Like, let me be me, bro. That might be it might help your motto there. It's also going to help you assimilate to new and changing conditions. So if your workplace or your family life or something in your life is going through a change, like a period of change and evolution, it's going to help you assimilate to those changes. It's going to be a good stone to put your mind at ease. If you're prone to worry or you've been recently worrying about things, this is going to really calm you down. Calm your mind and calm your emotions. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And thank you for your likes and subscribing and sharing and your hyping my videos. It means a lot and it helps a lot. So thank you so much for that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, it's free to subscribe. And hit that notification bell, and that way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you're interested in any of the special videos I record on very specific topics, bringing you more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides, you can get them on my Gumroad platform, also on my Patreon shop. And the videos are still available on Vimeo on demand, but Vimeo is ending soon. And I don't think I can put up any more uploads at this point. So you can get videos I've already created on there, and you need to download them and save them to your computer because Vimeo will not house them once they shut down the on-demand part of their platform. I've created a list you can read here on this slide. They are linked also below this video in the description box. And hopefully at some point these new links and things, not Vimeo, will also be linked on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page, but that hasn't happened yet. So I wish you amazing energy to come to you in this month of August of 2026, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.